In the theater, take on double. Three action, 2v2 games to 15.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We'll see the New York Knicks and the Orlando Magic. And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Malone in at the 4 slot. Clock at 6. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Wade. Pass to Hill. Here's Robertson. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Magic head coach had a few moments to share with me. And when I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo, coach was full of admiration, saying it's always going to be difficult when you're playing Giannis. Not only is he one of the best players this league has, but he's also a fierce competitor. Guys, it sounds like he knows what he's up against.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And he drops it first.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's Hill, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
To the wing on the left. Pippen. And the 3 off target. On the wing, Wade. Pass to Robertson. Back to Wade. Here's Robertson. Towns up top, outside, Hill. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, that's a solid pass by Towns. Excellent job spotting and hitting the open man.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's West. To the left side wing. And the Knicks miss again.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Up top, O'Neal. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's Robertson. And he converts the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, Where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And rejected. Wade drives in. Pass to Robertson. He shoots. Rebounded by West.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Malone. Off with the layup.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Here's Dumars. Pass to West. To snap the cold streak. Sinks it from distance. And this game is tied up now.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Wade. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, good whistle there.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Orlando making some changes. Paolo Banchero comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Jaylen Brown in for Hill. He's perfect from the line this time. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's West. And there's the screen. Pass to Baylor. The rebound by Robertson. And it's the Magic with the ball. On the wing, Wade. There's 1:59 left to play in the first. And Robertson gets it to go.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Baylor. Pass to Malone. Five on the clock. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds now. Left side, Brown. Here's Robertson. They get it back. Here's O'Neal. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
New York, no good that time either.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Pass to Wade. Let's go with a 3. Here's O'Neal. And that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Baylor, the pass to Malone. Here's West. Can they get it? Drops in the 3. West has got 6.
Just a selfless play by Giannis. He knows all eyes are on him, so he dishes to a ready shooter.
Here's Robertson. He's got 5. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
Here's Wade. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition. And welcome back to the Eastern Conference Finals presented by 2K Sports. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Magic.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Jaylen Brown is out there with Paolo Banchero. Then there's Mitchell, and it's Yao in at the 5. That's who's out there for Orlando. Paul passes to Antetokounmpo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, and this speaks to how strong Giannis is. Able to still convert despite the physical defense.
Towns, he's checked in for Orlando.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Oh, return to sender. Here we go, one-on-one. And that one's good. Paul.
Still able to run with the young guns. Paul's an elite all-around threat in the open floor.
Out left to the wing. Banchero against Antetokounmpo. Banchero left side. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to put one up here. Hill can't connect. New York trailing. Giannis striding in. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
The incomparable length. I mean, Giannis with those big strides and the reach to finish against anyone.
Orlando calls timeout. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Brown scanning the floor. Shot from the top of the key. And it's New York with a rebound. Antetokounmpo up top. Guarded by Banchero. Ewing. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for Orlando. No points yet here in the second quarter for him. Antetokounmpo, left side. Pass to Dumars. Now here's Paul. There's the triple. Towns with a rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Left side Mitchell. To stop the drought. Banchero goes strong down low.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Looking now for some consistency. Just too many missed shots.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
So both teams changing it up here. Outside Paul. From deep. Pippen, no good. Orlando leading. And he's going for the oop here. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Paul. Soft touch off the glass. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Here's Wade. Pass to Towns. Out to the right wing. Here's Robertson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Robertson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
Dumars passes to Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Paul, shot is off.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Pass to Wade. Here's Robertson. Give him 8. And again, it's Orlando converting.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Antetokounmpo with it, working on Banchero. Wade, the pass to Banchero. Blocked! And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Orlando calls timeout.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
O'Neal, he's checked in for Orlando. Here's Robertson. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. Knicks trail by 5. And here's Paul. A minute 15 left to play in the first half. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
Orlando leading by 5. Wade, the pass to O'Neal. And Robertson gets it to go. Robertson's got 12 points.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Pass to Thurman. Here's Baylor to halt the run. And it's Orlando with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Robertson. Knocks down the triple. And it's a 10-point Magic lead.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Paul with it. Poke loose. Outside, Hill. Pass to Towns. Here's Robertson. To the inside. Hill for 3. Doesn't go for him.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And so it's Orlando ending the quarter up 10. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off.
Checking out the circumstances for the Orlando Magic. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. Orlando leading by 10. On the court right now for the Knicks. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Ewing in at the 5 spot. Blocked! And it's out of bounds to the Magic. Orlando will retain possession here. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Oh, you could feel the playoff intensity in that block. He's playing some extra aggressive defense out there.
Here's Robertson. Screen by O'Neal. From behind the arc. Robertson's shot is off. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for New York. Trailing by 10.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here's Robertson. And a miss there on the triple.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Here's Dumars. Rebound by the Magic. O'Neal's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Wade. Screen by O'Neal. Jacks up a 3. Wade misses.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Here's West. He's got 6. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. West has gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Orlando leading by 8. Pass to Robertson. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the 3rd quarter. Here's Wade. And another miss by Orlando.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Hill against Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Good instincts from Towns defensively to find the block, and his reach also helps him out there.
Here's Wade. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Wade's got his 2nd basket on the night.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
The Knicks making a switch here. Paul's checked in. And New York has possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Malone, pass to Paul. Now Antetokounmpo. Check by Hill. 3-pointer, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's Robertson. He's guarded by Paul. He got a piece of it. The rebound by Robertson. Robertson's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Here's Towns. And it's New York with a rebound. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Magic leading by 10. Pass to Robertson. Here's Wade. Here's Robertson. He's got 15. Count it. That's his 7th basket of the game in 14 tries.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Connects from downtown. Dumars has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Robertson. He's got 17. Outside, Hill. Towns a screen on Antetokounmpo. Hill for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Malone's got 4 rebounds now. Paul taking his time here. Inside. Antetokounmpo is doubled. Pass to Paul. Down low. Here's Dumars. Yes! And it's Paul with the assist that time. Dumars has got 5.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And he lobs it up top.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Knicks trail by 9. Antetokounmpo outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo. So it's both teams making substitutions here. No good on the second free throw. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for Orlando. Mitchell's shot is good.
He's always a threat to bury a catch-and-shoot jumper. Mitchell doesn't waste time.
Pass to Pippen. Back to Paul. Antetokounmpo, right side. Antetokounmpo is doubled. They set the pick. Paul for three. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 7.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Pass to Robertson. Knocks it loose. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And Paul gets it to go. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, when he's inside, Paul is so good at finding those little creases.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. And Robertson gets it to go. Here's Paul. He's got 9. Pass to Pippen. Here's Thurman. Here's Malone. Guarded by Banchero. With 1 on the clock. And he can't get that one. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Orlando ahead, leading by 7. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. We've got Mitchell. Jaylen Brown is out there with Banchero. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Wade in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. It's stolen away. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to McHale. Over Banchero. McHale no good. Magic leading by 4. Banchero passes to Wade. And here's Brown. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
I give credit to the coaches and players. Clearly the staff stressed scoring inside as well. And the players are definitely executing. And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Outside, Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Pass to Baylor. Here's West. Shot is up. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Mitchell, the pass to Banchero. No good on the shot.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Here's West. Checked by Mitchell. Pass to Antetokounmpo to tie it up. The rebound by Donovan Mitchell. Magic leading by 3. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Wade. Antetokounmpo covering. Count the basket.
Well, when you're as polished and practiced a shooter as Brown, there's no reason to hesitate.
Timeout.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break, I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. To To the inside. Here's Ewing. Deflected. On the wing, Wade. And it's Ewing with a rebound. Ewing's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Ewing. From 13, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Ewing's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, I really believe that when they need points, they know they can count on him to deliver.
No question. He has the combination of size and skill to get his shot in these high leverage moments.
Here's Robertson. Now O'Neal. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And they double up Antetokounmpo. Pass to Malone. Here's Pippen. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the Magic. Robertson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Ball stolen. Here's Pippen. Check by Hill. Here's Pippen to tie it up. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Here's Malone, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And in traffic, he uses the reverse to keep the shot blocker at bay.
What an incredible move. Not everyone has that kind of skill. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And he's unable to get the second one. Knicks trail by 4. Here's Pippen. Pass to Malone. Antetokounmpo, right side. Pippen, pass to Dumars. 5 to shoot. For 3. The rebound by Robertson. 54 seconds left in the final quarter. Antetokounmpo with the block. Here's Dumars. The quick look, no good that time.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
There's the 3. Rebound by the Magic.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
And no good as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he's able to hit the second one, and that increases the lead to 6. Now a timeout called by New York. They're down by 6. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
And New York has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Here's Pippen. It falls! What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Now a timeout called by New York. We've got 13 seconds left in the final quarter. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking care of business at the line. Converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
And so they foul intentionally.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that stretches their lead to 8. So the Magic win it. A huge victory for them, knotting this series to 2.
We've got ourselves a series, folks. Neither team with much of an advantage. It's a tight one.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And time now to present our player of the game.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Sacramento Kings. And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Chamberlain. Gary Payton is out there with Doncic. Then there's Havlicek, and it's Davis in at the 4 spot. Now George, following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis. And it's Rodman, top of the key. On the wing, James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they double up James. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And so Payton will bring it up for Boston. Pass to Doncic. Great look there, but off target.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. From deep three-point land. The offensive rebound. Here's Chamberlain. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Six to shoot. Havlicek busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
And there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I was able to talk with Rick Adelman for a minute. Undoubtedly, their defensive focus is trying to limit Luka Doncic. Coach told me Luka is a great player who impacts the game on so many levels. No one has been able to shut him down. We just need to play with physicality and make him work for everything. We'll see how they handle one of the toughest matchups in the NBA. Guys?
Thanks, David. Davis kicks to Payton. Pass to Doncic. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Well, this is what makes Luka so special. He's so unpredictable.
Outside, Rodman. Back to James. George looking over the floor. Now Rodman. Now here's LeBron. From deep. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And now the Kings fast break. Here's George. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
You're asking for trouble now if you let Paul George get room to run. Excellent transition and superb at getting himself in the right position.
Some changes for Boston. Wilkins is checked in for Doncic. And Stockton subbed in for Gary Payton. Havlicek outside. Here's Chamberlain. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Rodman sets the screen for Leonard. A three-pointer off the mark. Celtics leading by 3. Wilkins kicks to Stockton. Havlicek the pass to Chamberlain. Over Wembanyama. And Chamberlain gets it to go.
What a pretty fade. Defenders draped all over him. He created just enough separation to get that shot off.
Drexler, he's checked in for Paul George. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Drexler outside. Back to James. Drexler drives in. Leonard on the wing, covered by Havlicek. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, you're working the two-man game with Kawhi Leonard as your primary target. That's the first guy you need to stop.
Havlicek outside. Chamberlain a screen for the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Havlicek's got his second bucket of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's James. Nothing on the board. Pass to Wilkins. And it's Drexler with the rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
James finds Drexler. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And that block was something. It's the playoffs, and every possession and defensive stop matters.
And the Kings making a change here. Love's checked in. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. Sacramento again missing.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not...
Oh!
My goodness.
How about the high-flying acrobatics by Wilkins on that? Yeah, they call him the human highlight film.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. Here's James. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
Oh, over the years, LeBron James just so dedicated to improving that jumper. That was sweet.
Here's Gilmore. Outside Wilkins. Pass to Pierce. Lets the 3 fly. LeBron grabs the miss. And so James will bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 6. Really left alone that time. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
And Leonard knows that corner 3 is an important shot in terms of spacing out the defense. Wilkins with it. Inside. Chamberlain.
And oh, he jams it right over Kevin Love. Wow.
How about the body control and just the sheer athletic prowess of Chamberlain on that one.
Outside, James. And he banks in the layup.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Celtics out in front, up by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
So with James on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. Rose is out there with George. Then it's Rodman. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Outside Wilkins. Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins.
And he just possesses that ability to wow the crowd every time he steps on the hardwood. They don't call him the human highlight for nothing.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to George. Pulls it up. Dominique Wilkins comes up with the rebound. Boston leading by 3. The crossover. Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Knocks down the 3 ball.
This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
Pass to Chamberlain. George against Doncic. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Now, Wembanyama. Leonard, that's for 2. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. LeBron's checked in for the Kings. The Celtics also changing it up. Davis is checked in for Chamberlain. Havlicek comes in for Wilkins. And it's Payton in for Stockton. Now here is Davis. Still without a basket. Davis with a screen on Leonard. Here's Havlicek. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Up top, Leonard, covered by Havlicek. Leonard dishes to George. Over Payton. George, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Doncic finds Payton. Back to Doncic. Lets it go with the 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. And here are the Kings now. James, the bounce pass. Leonard looking over the floor. Over Davis. And it's Leonard missing.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
Pass to Gilmore. Rodman with the rebound. Doncic with the steal. Doncic very comfortable down low.
Well, there's a mix of touch and power that Luka Doncic brings to the game. You can't take him lightly when he touches the paint.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Kevin Love's checked in for Sacramento. Drexler comes in for George. Boston also with the sub. Stockton's checked in. Drexler kicks to Love. And a great assist by Drexler as that one goes in. Love's got the lead up to 1 now for Sacramento. Stockton against LeBron. Pass to Doncic. Davis with it. 6 on the shot clock. Havlicek, the pass to Stockton. And the rejection by James.
That size and length and strength, LeBron, a tough one to try to shoot over.
Wilkins is checked in for Havlicek. Stockton against LeBron. Drexler passes to LeBron. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama with the flush.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Celtics trail by 3. Wilkins outside. Fires from way outside. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Kings.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
The first free throw is good.
What's striking about LeBron James is how his game has morphed to now it's all about guile and smarts and experience. He continues to dominate just in a different way.
Chamberlain's checked in for Davis. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Stockton. He has yet to score. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
1:30 left here in the second. Just 5 on the clock. Chamberlain kicks to Doncic. Boston again missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
3 on 3 to end the run. Here's Chamberlain, and Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length, no way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
Love outside. Leonard, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Doncic. Celtics trail by 3. Takes the 3. The triple! Doncic!
Don't give Luka any airspace, especially when he's handling the rock, because this guy's always a threat in the pull-up game.
Wembanyama looking it over. Pass to Leonard. James has a 2-pointer. That's good on the jump shot. James has got 8 points.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Here's Doncic. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
You guard against the drive of Luka Doncic, but that opens you up to the mid-range ability, and Luka lets you feel it from that distance.
Stolen by Stockton. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Hey there, everybody.
They look great on offense. The ball is flying around. Guys are getting open. It's enjoyable to watch.
Especially for those of us
Taking a look at the situation for the Sacramento Kings. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
With so much on the line tonight, you have to be impressed with the way he came out and set the tone with his aggression.
You get the sense when there's big-time performances to be had, this guy wants to take part. You expect that this is a trend that will continue here.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. They've got Anthony Davis. Luka Doncic out there with Payton. Then there's Havlicek. And it's Chamberlain in at the 5.
And making it look easy, LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
George against Doncic. For the lead. Rodman grabs the miss. The Kings leading. LeBron dishes to Leonard. Down low. And then Rodman with the dunk.
Well, primarily known as a scorer, Kawhi Leonard using his playmaking skills to set up his teammates there.
George against Doncic. Havlicek outside. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Celtics trail by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Payton passes to Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Outside, James. Pass to Leonard. Over Havlicek. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Payton against LeBron. The 3 for Doncic. Connects from three-point range. Doncic has got 13.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
George finds James. James absolutely owning the inside.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Doncic looking it over. Outside, Payton. His first shot coming late. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Kings leading now by 5. To the middle. And they double up James. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. On the wing, Havlicek. He's covered by Leonard. Out to Doncic. Celtics passing it around. Havlicek. On the wing, Payton. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Payton's got his first 3 points of the game.
The shot from Payton right now, so pure. Even without a lot of time to get set, he's able to make that one look so smooth.
Timeout called by the Kings. Some changes for Sacramento. Kevin Love's checked in for Rodman. And it's Drexler in for George. Sacramento with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Wembanyama. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Payton. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And here's Love for 3. And Boston with the rebound. Wilkins has got 4 rebounds in this game. 1:53 left in the third. Now Payton, pass to Davis. To the inside. And Wilkins with the stuff.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now here's Drexler. No scoring in this one. It's a pick by Love. Back to Drexler. With the floater. And it's sent back by Wilkins. And so the ball is out of bounds. Wilkins touched it last. The Kings making a switch here. Artest is checked in. And then for Boston. Chamberlain comes in for Davis. And it's Stockton in for Gary Payton. Clock at 6. Here's LeBron. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it's on John Havlicek.
LeBron has made himself a deadly shooter. You can't fault the D for being a little too aggressive on his shot fakes.
That one misses. And here's Boston. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Wilkins. The rebound by James. The Kings trailing. Pass to Artest. Back to LeBron. Wembanyama with it. Here's Love. No good. Shot missing. Wilkins up top. Drexler defending. Wilkins shot is off. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Drexler scanning the floor. Shoots over Wilkins. Hits the front of the rim and out. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Stockton outside. Shoots over James and stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Artest. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Boston on top, ending the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And the Celtics with possession here. A 2-point game. So with James on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. They've got Artest, Kevin Love out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Drexler, and it's Rose in at the point guard. Gilmore passes to Chamberlain, and here's Doncic from the arc. Rebound by the Kings.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
Rose dishes to Love. To the paint. Here's Drexler. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Celtics. The lead is 2. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And it's Drexler missing. And Boston has possession. Stockton kicks to Doncic. Back to Stockton. Fires from deep. Boston again missing.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, you're not going to find a more rugged player than Artest. He will battle for every loose ball, every rebound, and he'll defend with every ounce of energy he has.
Sacramento making some changes. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Rodman, and James subbed in for Derrick Rose. The Celtics also changing it up. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Chamberlain, and it's Havlicek in for Wilkins. And Doncic gets it to go.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And some changes here for the Kings. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for Love. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Artest. And George is subbed in for Drexler. Chamberlain's checked in for Boston. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During that last break, I heard what Rick Adelman was telling his team. Now, Coach told his guys it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. James, the pass to Wembanyama. Rodman outside. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. The Celtics with the lead. Doncic outside. Chamberlain with a screen on George. Doncic from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Celtics. To take the lead. And there's George. That's good on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got his third assist on the night. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. That shot wide open.
Yeah, you got to love the recognition there. Stockton just so unselfish, always looking to find the open man.
Wembanyama outside. Pass to Leonard. And Boston with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Stockton. Chamberlain with it. Over Wembanyama. His shot by Chamberlain, no good. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's James. Leonard with a screen on Davis. James, the pass to George. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And up the court come the Kings on the break. And finished off by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Gary Payton, he's checked in for the Celtics. Doncic outside. Davis setting the pick for Doncic. The offensive rebound. The three. And that one's good from Havlicek. Havlicek's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Wembanyama, a screen on Doncic. Pass to LeBron. Fade away. And off the front iron, and in it goes. James has got the game tied up here for the Kings. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. George against Doncic. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. James in the post, covered by Payton.
What a play by Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nuh-uh. Not on my watch.
Doncic against George. Outside for Davis. And the three off target.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Gary Payton. He knocks down the clutch free throw. second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there. He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Well, the basketball IQ of LeBron James is off the charts. So adept at finding ways to get to the line.
He gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. George against Doncic. Off target with his 3.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Good!
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Chamberlain with a screen on James. Pass to Doncic. To halt the run. Excellent D there from George. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. Three-pointer, Payton. Rodman grabs the rebound. And stolen by Payton. So the Kings win it. This was a crucial game for him, tying up the series at 2 apiece, Greg. A huge accomplishment.
And this series, I think, hinged on who picked up Game 4, Kevin. I mean, now it's a 3-game series, and anything can happen.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game.